I'm at the gorgeous temple of Poseidon at Cape Sounio today, and I've talked about the temple and the location several times in different videos. It's always a little windy here, but today I want to talk about its significance during the Periclean building projects that came after the Persian destructions in 490 BC. So when the first Persian invasion happened in 490 BC, Pericles was just 5 years old. He would later rise to power and vow to rebuild the things that the Persians had destroyed, one of which was a temple that had just begun being built here at Cape Sounio. The major destruction brought upon Athens by the Persians, though, happened on the hill of the Acropolis. So around 450 BC, Pericles embarks on a rebuilding project. Now, the city of Athens is named after the goddess Athena, but in order for that city to be named after her, there had been a contest, which I've also talked about. And that contest was between Athena and Poseidon. Athena won, Poseidon lost, and the city was named after her. But the Athenians didn't want to anger Poseidon, and so they built a temple here on this promontory. And the Greeks were very clever with their temple building. They would always build them in places that were reflective of the characteristics of the god. So you can see right here, this is a perfect place to build a temple dedicated to the god of the sea. The building of the temples on top of the Acropolis begins in 447 BC, and just a couple of years later, the building of this temple here begins in 444. The Parthenon, of course, being larger and more ornately decorated, takes 15 years, whereas this one here just took 4. So between 444 BC and 440, the temple was constructed of marble coming from the Aegean Islands. So the location of this temple was extremely strategic to the Athenians because it was the last bit of land before the Aegean Sea, which is out that way. And this was the last place where Athenian triremes leaving the Gulf, the Saronic Gulf that's over here, leaving Athens, which is in that direction, would see. So it was very important for them to control this because this, of course, effectively controlled the entrance to the Saronic Gulf, which was the harbor, let's say, of the Athenians. And because it was so important, just down below here, there were some spots where triremes were kept. So some of the Athenian warships were kept down here. And of course, one more story that has to do with this cape is the story of how the Aegean Sea was named. It's from this spot that King Aegeus threw himself into the sea after seeing his son Theseus's boat coming back from Crete with the black sails still on. I've done a video about the naming of the Aegean Sea as well.